Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon, and this is going to be my persuasive speech for my oral communication course at the University of Laverne. This is my last speech of the course, so if you've watched my three previous videos I published, I wanted to specifically thank you. Today, I'm going to be talking about a subject that's near and dear to me, and that is technology and our students' future. So the first thing on our agenda is I'm going to go over my references and sources that I use throughout the presentation. I'm going to detail my professional background for you. I'm going to talk about why this topic is important to me. As I did mention, it is pretty near and dear to me, so I'm going to go ahead and detail that for you. And then I'm going to talk about how much are our students on their devices being video games, phones, that sort of thing. I'm going to talk about screen time. Is it helping or hurting our students? I'm going to talk about the recent growth in technology-based careers. I'm going to detail the top 5 tech jobs and salaries. And then I'm going to give kind of my conclusion. So here on the screen are the references that I use. A lot of them are child psychology studies, statistics from the Department of Labor, and some articles from Forbes that I went ahead and I found. So let's talk about my background. And like I mentioned, my name is Brandon. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran of 9 years. While I served, I was a sonar technician and did a lot of mechanical and electronic maintenance on their equipment. The purpose of my job was I tracked other countries' submarines in the ocean using sound. Prior to separating, I participated in a program called SkillBridge, where I partnered with Google and completed their data analytics professional certificate, where I learned programming languages like R and SQL. I learned visualization programs like Tableau. I learned data ethics, which I talked about in my most recent video, and just data cleaning, spreadsheets, and all that sort of stuff. I currently attend the University of Laverne. I'm majoring in IT. I'm also employed as an IT support specialist at a STEM-based nonprofit in Southern California. We offer a wide variety of services, but most notably, we conduct after-school courses for students so that the way they can try out different careers in STEM-based subjects. We offer classes like Intro to Programming, video game design, drone flying, even multimedia like podcasting and video editing. So why is this topic important to me? Personally, growing up, I wasn't an overly social or athletic child, I'm afraid to admit. I really enjoyed playing video games and just getting my hands on technology. I feel like I was very fortunate though. My parents were never pressured me into going out, trying out for sports or anything if I didn't want to. So I was very fortunate in that way, but I know that not everybody is, which leads to my moment of clarity on why this topic is so important to me. So my moment of clarity is a recent one. It's when I realized that I was very passionate about this topic and that I wanted to do a speech on it in a presentation. So without going into too many specifics, I was at work one day and I had a parent come in with their student. And the student was probably about high school age, I would say freshman or sophomore. And the parent asked what it is that we do at the facility. And so we explained we offer STEM-based courses. They can sign up for whatever they want. We do drone flying, programming, that sort of thing. And the parent said that he wanted to enroll a student in a course. That way he's just not sitting at home mindlessly playing video games all day. I don't know if the parent had done previous research on what we do and brought the student in there, or if it was just sheer luck that they happened to walk into a facility that specializes in nurturing a student's interest in STEM, but I am glad that they did. I could understand the parents' line of thinking. I know it's a very popular one. I've seen it growing up that too much video games can negatively affect a child, but being in the field that I am, I think that's false and it's actually a negative connotation. So that's when I realized that this is a topic that I wanted to speak about and kind of detail that it's not a negative thing for a student to want to play video games or use technology, and that it can lead to a successful career. And that does bridge over into the business and technology sector. So, how much are our students on their devices? Research conducted by the Oxford University using a sample of 35,000 primary caregivers from the National Survey of Children's Health, published by the US Census Bureau, revealed that on average, a child spends 1 hour and 41 minutes engaged in television-based activity, such as gaming and viewing films. So on average, a kid spends about over an hour and a half either watching videos or playing video games, that sort of thing. And that's on the television, on consoles, on the phone. And then on average, a child spends 1 hour and 53 minutes engaged in device-based activities using a tablet and smartphone. I want to detail the difference between the two. So the first one is saying that about 1 hour and 41 minutes a student or a child is using, they're playing games, they're watching videos and stuff like that. And then the other 1 hour and 53 minutes, they're not watching videos or playing games. They could be going through social media or texting or any other form of use for technology. So with that being said, screen time, is it helping or hurting our students? I want to detail some of the pros that I gathered from the sources that I had mentioned earlier. And if you want to, you can go ahead and go through them. You can rewind the video and go back to my references page. So some of the pros are video games and screen time can improve hand-eye coordination. They can improve language development. That's including vocabulary, because games and videos and everything, they come from a wide variety of sources. Screen time and new technology encourages problem solving. So if there's a piece of technology that they don't quite understand, you know, we always talk about it at work that kids are picking up more and more, even faster than I was able to. All these new technology at my age, I take a little while. I have to go through it. I have to look up how to do certain things, and it's like second nature to some of these students that come in, just because it's something that's been around for as long as they have. Video games and screen time offer incremental difficulty, leading to more engagement. So if a game's getting too easy for the student, they're able to up the difficulty. It creates an engaging back and forth. And screen time in video games can generate an interest in the student to learn the hardware and software behind their favorite product. So we get that a lot at work. We have students that come in and they love video games, and we offer a video game design class. And we have a lot of students that take that because they love video games and they want to make their own. They have an idea of something that they want to make in the future. And I think that's one of the biggest benefits of students being introduced to technology so early on, that it creates that interest, which is good because I'm going to detail later about the direction that technology-based jobs are going. Of course, there are cons. So according to a study by the National Library of Medicine, too much screen time can negatively affect a child's sleep duration. I'm sure we've all been victims to that. It's not just children, that we're just laying there in bed and you keep scrolling or watching a video. And with how technology is set up now, they're going to suggest another video after that, and you click on it and you're just going video to video. And next thing you notice, it's hours later. So that is a negative. Too much screen time is believed to affect a child's attention span and focus due to the need for constant stimuli. I'm sure we've all heard that before. And screen time is believed to reduce empathy and hinder social interaction. So it's also believed that the more a student is face-to-face with the screen, the less they're able to do face-to-face communication with another person. But I do like to kind of argue that nowadays screen time and everything, it's very social. So there's social media, playing video games, you're on voice chat, You have your friends that are all playing, you hop on there together. So it is kind of an older way of thinking that screen time kind of hinders social interaction because a lot of it is social interaction nowadays too. So I'm going to talk about growth in technology-based careers. I got this from the uh, U.S. Department of Labor and Census and the U.S. Bureau of Statistics. So these are the top 10 fastest growing occupations, and I want to detail specifically data science is the one, two, three, four, fifth, sixth highest, right? It is in the top 10 fastest growing occupations. And then we're going to come over to this, and these are some more graphs, and it's projected that, and here I can highlight it for you, computer and mathematical occupations from the year 2021 to 2031 are expected to grow 15.4%. And that's data science in the next graphic is expected to grow 36%, which is opening 40,000 new jobs. Information security is expected to grow 35%, opening up 56,000 new jobs. Web developers are expected to grow 30%, opening 28,000 new jobs. So there's a lot of jobs, a lot of availability, and a high demand for these jobs out there in technology. So the top 5 tech jobs and salaries. All of these are gathered off of Glassdoor, and the medians are based off of 0 to 1 year experience in that specific role here in Los Angeles, California, and then rounded to the nearest thousand. Software engineering and manager, the median salary is 199,000. Mobile application developer is 111,000. Information security manager is 119,000. Database manager is 77,000, and data security analyst is 79,000. And I know that a lot of you are going to be looking at this and saying, well, those are a lot of managerial positions. It's not something that my student's going to get into right away. And that is correct. This is something long-term. This is their career. This is their future. But it all starts with nurturing that interest in technology now. So if your student likes apps on their phone, they like playing on their phone, they like playing video games, I suggest nurturing that and showing an interest in that as well, encouraging them that if that's something that they like, maybe look at possibly doing it as a job because it can lead to these positions and they are highly lucrative positions. So my conclusion is that using technology is not a bad thing. It had a negative connotation when I was growing up that, oh, that kid plays too many video games. It's bad for them. It rots the brain is what they used to say. But using technology now, understanding how it works, generating an interest in that can lead to a fulfilling career. There are careers in all of that, and they're in high demand now, as detailed in the top 5 jobs. A lot of them are business-based in technology. So that's my biggest suggestion is if you have a student that's interested in technology, likes playing video games, likes being on their phone, just spend a little time, and encourage that. Encourage them to maybe look a little deeper into that because it could possibly be a career for them. And that is my presentation. I want to thank you for attending my last video presentation. And if you've watched all 4 of them, I really appreciate it. My name is Brandon again, and this is my last presentation. It's my persuasive speech for my oral communication course at the University of Laverne. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.